This is my reflection on the universal design for learning principles and their practical applications. As a reminder, um, Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, is a framework developed to improve and optimize inclusive teaching and learning. And UDL principles are based on scientific insights into how humans learn. One of the biggest noticeable impacts that we see when applying UDL in our classrooms is how students truly feel included in the learning process. It reminds us, the educators, how vital it is to make learning a student-centered experience and that no students should feel excluded or isolated. Of course, implementing UDL principles is not without its challenges, and it can be time and labor intensive for instructors to create course materials that follow the accessibility guidelines and provide multiple means of representation. Some degree of technical skills and creativity and familiarity with the available tools are required. However, we find that once learned and mastered, these skills elevate the course and make it more accessible and more engaging for our diverse students. When I assess my course for the UDL checkpoints and guidelines, the initial instinct is to highlight the strengths of the curriculum and the ways it adheres to the UDL guidelines. However, I believe it is more important to recognize and address the shortcomings. Through this process, I identified three specific areas where improvements can be made. First, following the comprehension guideline of the multiple means of representation principle, we must make an effort to create frequent and purposeful inter and intracurricular connections. To give you a little bit of a background, our course is a team taught course. This creates a challenge in maintaining a cohesive flow of lectures, and this often leads students disoriented and struggling to make connections between concepts from different lectures. Referring to previously discussed information and highlighting its applications from perspective of the current topic should help establish continuity and quote unquote bigger picture comprehension. Next, following the executive function guideline of the multiple means of expression principle, we should always want to establish clear goals. In a team taught course, especially, it is imperative that every instructor establishes an appropriate and clear set of goals and learning objectives for their portion of the material. This is critical for students to develop a sense of consistency and predictable expectations. Finally, following the self-regulation guideline of the engagement principle, we should always want to promote self-assessment and reflection. This can be done by introducing activities that help students set their own goals and track their own progress. Provide targeted feedback. Our current academic support services are group oriented. This may not be ideal for all students, and we are working on making personalized academic support and mentorship available and easily accessible. This is all I have for you today. As you know, through this exercise, I have been referencing udlguidelines.cas.org. So, as always, head over to the source for more information on the UDL guided curriculum development.